composition of the air we breathe is changing. The sources of toxic emissions are all around us. Every year, 7 million people die from air pollution, making it the world's biggest environmental killer. And then there's the dire effects of global warming, driven largely by an increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. In 2015, 195 countries signed the first comprehensive, legally binding pledge to reduce emissions. Some countries are currently not following through on their promises. But elsewhere, the commitment to finding ways to clean the air we breathe remains high.
I'm Guillory DeRobbie in fashion-forward Milan, where the cement not only looks chic, but it also cleans the air.
And I'm Russell Beard in Iceland to see how one geothermal power plant is taking their green credentials to new levels.
Figures released by the World Health Organization show that 80% of city dwellers are breathing badly polluted air. And this will only get worse as society becomes more urbanized. Italy is one of the most polluted countries in Europe. In 2012, it had the most pollution-related deaths on the continent, with over 90,000 people in the country dying prematurely owing to bad air quality. Like most European cities, Milan is highly polluted. I've come here to meet a team of engineers who've created a product that could revolutionize unhealthy urban environments. Milan, a glamorous city famous for design and fashion, has long been working on ways to combat its air pollution, with architects looking towards buildings for solutions. Amazingly, this incredible work of architecture is cleaning the pollution in the surrounding air as I speak. Enrico Borgarello is the innovation director for the company that designed this building, the Palazzo Italia. This is amazing.
Yes.
What a beautiful building.
This combines the two situations of Milan, one being innovative also in the environment and also very good in the aesthetics. And we are very proud to be able to contribute to this.
Can we touch it? I swear I washed my hands.
So you can see this is a
really
very
smooth
surface.
Yeah.
We have inside of this concrete this material that allows the sunlight to reduce pollution.
The building is made up of cement that includes an active ingredient or catalyst called titanium dioxide. When UV rays hit the cement, they react with this catalyst to break down pollutants like nitrogen dioxide in the air. The toxic chemicals are turned into harmless products, such as nitrates, which are later washed off the building by rain and absorbed in the ground. So this really is a living building that's constantly interacting with its environment.
Yes, exactly. When you have pollutants, they are transformed into harmless products.
What kind of pollution are we talking about?
NOx, nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxide, carbon dioxide. They come from combustion, usually.
So that's cars,
industry.
Heating,
industry. These are the major pollutants that can be destroyed by this.
What kind of impact are we talking about? I mean, how much pollution is being sucked from the air as we speak?
Yes, this is 9,000 square meters of this concrete, active concrete. This can clean the air of the equivalent of exhaust gas from 100 diesel car or almost 300 from gasoline cars. So I think it's a significant impact.
And this is the impact of just one building. One person who would greatly benefit from a city made of the cement is resident Laura Torniamente. Laura, ciao.
Ciao.
How are you? Nice to meet you. She suffers from severe asthma due to the heavily polluted air here, which is now affecting her mobility. So Laura, you are a true Milanese woman. You've lived here your entire life?
Sì, io ho vissuto sempre qui in Italia, a Milano.
When did you first start to notice that the pollution in this city was really affecting your health?
15 anni fa ho cominciato ad avere problemi di respirazione, di asma, di bronchiti. Quando vado a passeggio al mare, lungo il mare, respiro bene. Come torno a Milano sento tutte queste belle puzze, diciamo così, cattivi odori.
Are you starting to hear of more and more cases like yourself?
Sì, nelle persone soprattutto anziane della mia età direi di sì.
It's not just the elderly who are affected. Studies have shown a direct correlation between air pollution and asthma in children. And across northern Italy, air pollution shortens the life of citizens by an average of 14 months.
Ai miei nipoti, che poveretti, se non cambiano città, moriranno presto.
Globally, many more people now die early from pollution-related diseases than from malaria and HIV combined. Massimo Borsa is head of the innovation lab at Italcementi, the company who makes the air-cleaning cement. Hello, I'm Guillory.
I'm Massimo.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to lab.
Thank you so much. Do I get to wear a lab coat?
Yeah. This is the team that is working with the cement.
Amazing. Hello.
Hello, guys.
Hi. There we go.
Stop. We are now preparing the material to fill this panel and flow the material inside this panel.
Okay, let's see it happen. Italcementi are constantly experimenting with new ideas and consistencies. Oh, nice and slow. But experimentation doesn't always go to plan.
You need more material? Yes. Yeah, that's...
Where's the mop? I can help clean it up.
That's what happened when a camera
Yeah, so no offense or anything, but I think this is a good time to be putting the lab coat on. Oh.
You're okay?
Look at this.
Okay.
Nice job. Oh, there we go. Look.
Look, he's coming.
So this mold that you're using, what is it made of? Plastic?
Yeah, it's a plastic because our material has to be smooth, and the cement is able to read the smoothness of the plastics and to replicate it.
Why does it need to be so smooth?
For two reasons. First one, for the aesthetic reasons. Second one, because smoother surface can reduce the piece of pollutants that remain attached to the surface, and they can easily washed out by the rain.
So if it was porous, they would find little nooks and crannies to hide in. But with a smooth surface, when it rains, it just easily washes off.
Exactly, you're right.
Okay. Producing cement accounts for 5% of the world's carbon dioxide emissions. This photocatalytic cement may produce the same emissions while being made, but it reduces pollutants within a 3-meter radius by more than 20%. It's small gains like this that can really make a difference.
I believe that this material can contribute to resolve the problems of the pollution. For sure, it's not only this material, but yes, it can contribute. We'll see
I want to find out what proof the team has that this cement actually does clean the atmosphere.
This is a plastic of a city. This part of the town is being coated with the photocatalytic cement. This represents the sun, and so when the light will turn on, the sun will activate the photocatalytic activity. And we also inlet the pollutant by this way, inside this part of the sphere.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, please. You can check that this number are the number of the pollutants in the atmosphere.
This is monitoring the gas.
Yes. The level without photocatalytic reaction is 105,098. Now, because the reaction started, the pollutant decreased.
As it's the UV rays that cause the reaction, even on a cloudy day, this cement is still reducing pollution. Look how much it's gone down.
40%.
40% it's gone down in 10 minutes.
We are going to get the 50% of reduction in pollution. But consider if you cover 15% of a town with this photocatalytic cement, you can reduce the 50% of the pollutant of the city.
Italcementi may have come up with an innovative product, but it is expensive. One paving company has devised a cheaper, more practical application for it. Massimo Sanini has collaborated with Italcementi and devoted an entire factory to this special cement.
Questo è il pavimento, è l'impianto, questo qua, in cui noi produciamo il pavimento fotocatalitico. È molto rumoroso.
Okay. Just a thin layer of the photocatalytic material is added to the surface of each tile.
Now you come with me and I see pavement.
You show me, okay. Sounds great. Massimo has invited me to visit a health center where his bricks are paving the new car park.
Personalmente ho investito nella produzione del pavimento fotocatalitico mettendo i migliori impianti e tecnologie, perché personalmente ho 3 figli e ho pensato a questo prodotto non solo per i miei ma per tutti i figli del mondo.
Constructing photocatalytic paving this close to traffic, the prime source of city pollution, ensures its effectiveness.
So here they are. Are all of these photocatalytic?
Questo qui è il pavimento, sì, fotocatalitico, che viene utilizzato in questa clinica. Questo pavimento viene posato a secco su sabbia, lascia il drenaggio naturale dell'acqua.
Can we help?
Sì.
Okay.
Qua si vede il secondo impasto ed è l'impasto in cui viene introdotto il rende la pavimentazione fotocatalitica. Va bene qua, così, quello lì in mezzo.
This is exactly like Tetris. I'm so glad I invested all those hours as a child playing that video game. Got it. These are, you know, the sidewalks and the roads that we walk and drive on all through our lives, and this could have a massive impact on human health.
Sì, c'è il primo motivo, far conoscere al mondo che esiste questa tecnologia. Dico, dove vive l'uomo dovrebbe essere utilizzato questo pavimento, perché rende l'ambiente migliore, più pulito e c'ha tutti i vantaggi anche a favore dell'ambiente e dell'uomo.
Milan isn't the only city using this technology. From the new Air France headquarters at Charles de Gaulle Airport to paving in Chicago, the application of this cement is on the rise. With innovations like this applied widely enough, our urban environments could become a lot healthier.
Countries around the world are aiming for a greener future. New Zealand's investing heavily in renewable energy, particularly hydro energy and thermal. Costa Rica's turning its environmental dreams into reality, running on renewable energy alone for 2 months in 2016. Norway's the first country to commit to zero deforestation and has plans to ban the sale of all fossil fuel cars within the next decade, while Bhutan is the only country to have succeeded in becoming fully carbon negative.
Our entire country emits just 2.4 million tons of carbon dioxide a year, whereas our forests, they sequester 3 times that amount. So we are a huge carbon sink, and therefore I chose to use the word carbon negative. We don't have a choice but to come together as one world, as one people, to address the escalating threats of climate change. It is urgent that we use the technology, the wisdom, the resources, our combined resources, to tackle this global problem once and for all.
Iceland might not be the largest island in the world, but in the fight to cut carbon emissions, this unlikely environmental champion is punching well above its weight.
Its unique volcanic geology doesn't just create breathtaking scenery, but has enabled 100% of its electricity to be generated by renewable sources, much of which is geothermal. Iceland is the only country in the world to have achieved this. I'm here at the edge of the Arctic Circle, where scientists are combining geothermal activity with a new technology to try and help Iceland become carbon neutral for good.
So this is Kjot and Kunst. It's a very famous restaurant in these parts. Apparently they cook on geothermal energy, and I've been told the kitchen's round the back. Wow, it's like, maybe everything's going to taste like egg. I don't know. There he is. Yeah, this is our guy. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Is it Oli? Hi, how are you?
Welcome to Iceland.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. All this steam that we're seeing here, you're not boiling water. This is steam that's coming from the earth.
Yeah, it's coming from the earth, freely.
Right.
In this area.
So you've got a hole under here that goes straight down into the ground.
Yeah, we are lucky. We warm up the building with this heat power, and the water in the sinks and everything. And now we take one more step in the direction, using the green power. We have learned to make food with it.
Does that mean everything that you cook tastes like eggs?
No, it's not true.
The smell of eggs stems from the sulfur underground released with the steam.
You have to be a little wild in the wild nature, huh?
It's delicious. It's good.
Iceland, once oil dependent, started to use renewables after being hit by the oil crisis of the 1970s. And it hasn't looked back.
So we just have to open this here. It's very simple, manual. We open this like this. And now we are getting 170 Celsius steam coming in here in this pipe and in between here. And now it starts boiling already.
Oh, wow. 10 or 15 seconds to boil. I mean, that's fantastic. Obviously, as a business, that is free energy. You've got to be loving that.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think about the environmental impact of your business?
Afterwards, I thought about it. Not in the beginning.
Yeah.
The first was talking in the beginning. But afterwards, you think about it, maybe you're doing some good thing. Maybe you're helping out to save the world a little bit and save the planet, you know?
And maybe there's a lesson in that as well.
Maybe
Maybe it doesn't really matter what that motivation is.
Doesn't matter.
At the end of the day, if it's an environmental win,
exactly,
then that's an environmental win for all of us.
You have to think so big. Not be afraid with it. You have to think so big. Yeah.
Geothermal activity underground is also being used on a larger scale. This volcanic island of basaltic rock is powering geothermal energy plants all over the country. With the capacity to supply all of the country's domestic electricity, Hellisheiði Geothermal Power Plant is Iceland's largest facility.
Okay, so we're looking for Berkur Sigfusson. He's a geochemist with Icelandic Energy. He's expecting us. This has got to be him. Hi, Viz, all the way. Hi. Hi.
Berkur, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hard hat and goggles.
Hard hat, goggles. Holy smokes, look at that! That's the sound of energy being created, right? I mean, it's great. So on any other kind of power station, whether it was nuclear or coal or gas,
they would need some fuel to heat up the water to produce the steam. Here we just take the steam directly from the ground.
Directly from the ground?
Yeah.
By adding geothermal to their already advanced hydro capacity, Iceland became world leaders in renewable energy.
Basic question, how does a geothermal plant work?
In very short, we drill a hole into the ground and we drill down to maybe 2 to 3 kilometers, and there the steam is overpressurized and it comes by its own pressure through the production wells, and we collect the steam at the surface and there you produce power.
Just like that?
Just like that. Right. There will be enough heat in the crust for millions of years to come. We are only using tiny fraction of the heat that is being generated in the earth every day.
The potential of this heat is so big that plans have been discussed for helping to supply the UK with geothermal energy from Iceland. It might be fully renewable, but there is a downside. In the process of accessing the steam, naturally occurring gases like carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide are also brought to the surface.
Woo! It's absolutely wild, isn't it? I mean, I've never seen any kind of power station like this before. And of course, when you're comparing it to more conventional kind of coal or gas power stations, the emissions are absolutely minimal. But there are emissions. So we're going to go and meet another geoscientist here, and he's going to talk to us about a really exciting new aspect of the project called CarbFix.
Yngvi Gunnarsson is a geochemist with CarbFix.
It's brutal. Absolutely.
This is how it is. Nice to meet you.
Hey, thanks. Let's get inside. This is absolutely bitter. Oh my gosh.
Any pollutants emitted from the plant are captured and sealed underground in the form of rock.
Well, Yngvi, can you tell us about CarbFix? What is CarbFix?
CarbFix involves capturing the CO2 from the power plant and re-injecting it back into the ground. We wanted to do our part in trying to solve this problem of the increased concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere. We don't want to get stuck here. Wow, okay, that's fine.
This is great.
Okay.
I mean, it really feels like another planet up here. This is fantastic.
The gas emissions are transported from the main energy plant via pipes to these geometric pods, where they are re-injected into the ground.
Oh, nice to get out of that weather sometime. Man, it's freezing out there.
That's nice. This one is nice and warm. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So what are we doing in this wonderful little metal igloo?
This is what we call a re-injection well. Basically what comes from a power plant, once we have produced electricity, hot water and gas. And we need to dispose of that somehow. If we would not be capturing it, it would be released to atmosphere.
Okay. And contributing to climate change?
Yeah, it would, definitely.
Re-injecting the waste products of water and gas into the ground enables the carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide to permeate the volcanic or basaltic rock and transform into stone.
Okay. We have an example of that here, a beautiful example of that. Water flows through the rock, fixing the CO2. In these rocks, you have these cavities, and these pores are filled up with carbon minerals.
You're turning air pollution into rock?
Yeah.
The CarbFix project replicates the natural process of weathering, but instead of taking hundreds or thousands of years to turn into stone, CarbFix achieves it in just 6 months. To show me how successful the project is, we first have to brave the weather again to take a sample of the gases, which we condense into liquid.
This is really a vital part in our project to demonstrate that the CO2 is being mineralized in the ground. I think we should just close it now.
That's great.
It's getting very good.
You can feel the heat of that condensed steam.
The plan now is that we take this back to the lab and we have to have it analyzed for CO2 and H2S.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back in the lab, the sample is ready for analysis. If the re-injected gases have successfully turned into stone, then the sample should only contain the naturally occurring background levels, carbon dioxide and H2S, or hydrogen sulfide.
Okay, here we measure the CO2 and the H2S. This is a small sample of the steam that we collected, and we turn it on.
So what are you hoping to see here? Because obviously there's a background level of CO2 already.
Yeah, what we are hoping to see is that the CO2 levels in the steam does not rise above the background levels. Okay. Here is the concentration of CO2 in the sample, and here is the concentration of hydrogen sulfide in the sample, which is about the same levels as the background levels. Okay. The gases have turned to stones, to rocks. For me, this is a very cool approach to lowering the gas emissions.
This isn't necessarily locked to geothermal energy, is it?
As long as you have a relatively pure stream of CO2, which you can capture, dissolve in water, then you can take that water and re-inject it back into the ground, as long as you have favorable rock composition in your area. Approximately 5% of the continents on Earth is basalt. And then you have the oceanic ridges, which is all basalt. My feeling is that more people should do that. More companies should do that. More industries should do that. The potential is there.
People all over the world are dedicated to reducing air pollution. The innovations are diverse. Powered by wind alone, this 7-metre-tall Dutch-designed tower in China sucks in the local smog-filled air, compressing the particles of pollution to be recycled as jewellery. An American company has found a way to convert carbon dioxide into plastic pellets, which are then used to build carbon-negative furniture. And entrepreneurs in India have devised a product that captures 95% of the harmful pollutants emitted from vehicle exhaust pipes. This soot is then converted into ink. These technologies might be reducing pollutants in the atmosphere, but only with financial and political commitment to producing cleaner energy will Earth's atmosphere have a real chance.